What's going on, everybody? Welcome to TeckReacts, where every beat counts. My name is Matt Tech, and thank you so much for joining me today for a brand new artist that I've heard of but never heard, called Ghost. If you're just joining TeckReacts for the first time because of this reaction, thank you so much for being here. Would highly encourage you to check out, obviously, the other videos. We've got a couple of hundred now. Been on the YouTubes for just clicked over a year. Awesome community that we're building. Also encourage you to join the Discord if you like what you see today, and if you want us to continue going down this ghost runway. Look, I have heard of Ghost. A friend of mine from many years ago used to talk about them, but I've never actually heard any of their music. And I figured the best way to get to know them would be, what have they done recently? So this is actually a song called Lachryma. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. And at the moment of recording this came out 3 weeks ago. So it came out mid-February. And I'm going to read a little bit of the description. It says, we wish to inform you that you can never run, you cannot hide. Lachryma is out now. Pre-order Skeleta. That's the album that this is on. There are a lot of people involved in the music video. Music video by Ghost performing Lachryma. And that's really all I've got. I mean, I can see that they're wearing masks, and you know that it's a whole production, and just based on the amount of people involved in this music video, that it's going to be quite the spectacle. So I'm not really sure what to expect. I don't know what kind of music it is. I don't know, anything about the messaging behind the songs. I'm literally going into this fresh, outside of the thumbnail and what little bit my buddy back in Illinois from many years ago used to say, which is that they're a very like theatrical, kind of like a rock opera type style music. So we'll see what happens here. This will be my first time ever hearing any of their music. So without further ado, let's check it out. Let's look at Lachryma by Ghost. Like a Beetlejuice vibe to it. Nice and driving. I'm assuming those aren't his real teeth. Interesting. Costumes are great. That was cool. Before we get to the chorus, that little change up was really neat. They're real tight. Like the music is really tight. Rhythmically is neat. Very intentional. Almost this like less is more concept. Because they're not playing things very overly complicated, but what they are playing, they're locking in real tight. And it's cool. I do like the rhythm so far. His singing is interesting. He's got this very like stoic, stare at you face. Probably has to do with all the like gunk in his mouth making his teeth look bad. The mask probably not allowing him to be as maybe demonstrative as he usually might be. I don't know who anybody in this band is either, so I don't know if they've come from other bands or if they're all Ghost all the time. It's a little bit more pop than I thought it would be, actually. I mean, there's rock. It's rock opera, a show, theatrical performance, but it's a little bit more poppy than I thought it would be. It's kind of neat. That's cool. Down, 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 down. That was cool. That's cool. Catchy. Everybody knows. That part's cool. Kind of changes it up a little bit. Kind of a traditional nice hook chorus. Oh, the harmonies are cool. Nice. So we got a harmonized solo, then we got each person taking their own solo. Cool bridge. That's cool. Ooh. Creepy. Is it just credits after this? No other. Okay. It was really interesting. I have no idea why I was thinking about this, but it almost reminded me of, from the vocal style, there's a 80s band called Damn Yankees. I don't know if any of you know who that is, but like the vocal style reminded me a lot of that dude from Damn Yankees. Specifically that song, I think it's called High Enough, maybe? High Enough or Higher, something to do with high. And it's a fantastic 80s rock song. This to me has very this song, not I don't know anything about the group outside of the song I just heard because it's the only thing I've ever heard. it's got a very 80s rock vibe to it, but then, visually there's a lot going on. The music video was super cool. I mean, I'm assuming they do this quite a bit. Like if I were to just go to their YouTube page and just hit videos, it looks like a lot of their official music videos are very like high end productions like what we just saw. And I mean, this isn't the most popular video, of course. I'm seeing videos here called Mary on a Cross, Square Hammer, Cirrus, Dance Macabre, Rats, Call Me Little Sunshine, Spillways. I mean, most of these are in the last 6 to 7 years. Cirrus is 9 years old. So there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of this kind of ghost dark imagery. So I'm curious if is there some type of lore that's going into this. Not too hip on like the whole upside down cross thing. But okay, here's a description on their YouTube page. It says, Ghost continues to elevate and reaffirm its status as one of the world's most esteemed and celebrated creative forces. Accumulating well over 1 billion streams, the Grammy-winning Swedish theatrical rock band continues to bring the euphoric spectacle of its live shows to ever-growing and increasingly impassioned crowds, headlining arena tours, including sold-out shows from the New York Barclays Center to London's O2 Arena. So they've won Grammys. I did not know that. It says in March 2022, the Los Angeles Times reported that Ghost had conquered metal in the charts with its 5th album, Emperor, debuted at number 1 in a sweep of the US album charts, entering the Billboard 200 at number 2 and bowing at number 1 in the band's native Sweden, as well as Germany and Finland, while cracking the top 5 in the UK, Netherlands, Belgium, and more. 3.1 million subscribers to the channel, 200 videos. They have a new album out called Skeleta or Skeleta. I assume the little dash means Skeleta. They are Swedish. Okay, so I kind of did hear right, like this rock opera type, right? Like they are a self-described Swedish theatrical rock band. Rolling Stone calls it a euphoric spectacle. That's pretty interesting. It like I said, it has this very kind of 80s, like really feel good rock to it. I mean, there's something about 80s rock and roll that just, for me growing up in that, it feels very like home for me. I mean, my dad listened to 80s rock and roll all the time. I mean, my very first concert ever when I was like 13 years old was Motley Crue. And then before I moved out of my house at 18, my dad had taken me to see Kiss, Ted Nugent, Skid Row. I'd kind of gone out of my way. My dad and I also went to go see Ozzy Osbourne. We went to go see, we went to go see White Zombie. Like, we've seen a lot of groups from that era together, and I mean, that's just what came to the Chicagoland area during my teenage years. But as far as like music going on in the house, it was all the time, man. It was 80s rock and roll all the time. So this, to me, this song felt very familiar. Like, not as in I've heard the song before, but it felt like a comfortable place. So, like I said, never heard of them before. First time hearing them. If you're here for the first time because of this Ghost reaction, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the community. Consider jumping over into the Discord, where we hang out between videos and just have a good time on not necessarily all things music, but just life in general. And obviously, if I'm assuming Ghost is a is a path that we should pursue, just given how popular they are. Would love to know kind of what the next best step would be from the ghost community. I will trust this journey in your hands, as I've done with many other artists on this channel and have not been disappointed so far. So I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one and interacting with you down in the comments and the Discord. Take care.